Hello everyone. So in the previous videos we discussed one-dimensional array and the operations on one-dimensional array as searching, sorting, traversing and inserting and deleting. So today we will discuss the basic of two-dimensional arrays. Okay. So we discuss two-dimensional arrays. So in the one-dimensional array, as I told you, here there also subscript. Here also we have a indices as called the subscripts. Okay. So in the two-dimensional array, it is also a collection of elements, and each element is identified the pair of indices is called as subscript. Okay. We call as indices that are all called as subscript. Okay, and in the two-dimensional array, logically the elements in the two-dimensional array will be with the rows and columns. Logically the elements. So we are storing the elements logically in two-dimensional array. Elements of two-dimensional array as rows and columns. So in the two-dimensional array, it stores the rows and columns. Okay. If in the two-dimensional array, if an array has m rows and n columns, okay, if the two-dimensional array that is, in the array what will happen is row and column. In the two-dimensional array we are taking the rows and we are taking the columns. For the m we call it as rows. For the n we call it as columns. M is the row, n is the columns. And the elements are accessed using the indices. Okay, and the elements, so whatever the elements in the present in the rows and columns, you have to access. Okay, the elements are accessed. So in the m it stores rows, in n it stores the column elements. Okay, so in the elements when you are accessing, okay, with the two-dimensional array, that is, we need also rows and also for the columns. Okay, so what you have to take? You have to take two, that is, one is I, another is a j. I means row, j means column. Okay, accessed using two-dimensional array. The elements are accessed using two-dimensional array as I and j. So here I means rows, j means columns. So m rows, n columns. M, if you want to access the number of rows in the present, then you have to go for I. Then number of columns, that is n, you have to access, you have to go for j. So it represents the elements. So how to represent? The representation, that is A of I, j. So A is the name of the array, I is the row, j is the column. So we pronounce as ith row and jth column. Ith row and jth column. So that is A of ij. When you want to access the elements present in the rows and columns. Okay. Now, when you go for the two-dimensional array, basically the two-dimensional array used in the concept of matrix. That is, matrix is a concept where we are using this m into n. So as I told you, m means number of rows, n means number of columns. As if I write order 3 into 3. That is, m means number of rows is 3, n is number of columns as also 3. So you have to give the matrix for this, like matrix. It will come 3, 2, 1. See, these are the 3 rows and 3 columns. So 3 rows, 3 columns. This is a matrix as we are studying in the mathematics. Okay, so that is 3 into 3. So that is m into n. M rows, n columns. So this is the basic idea of two-dimensional array. That is, first it is also the elements which is identified the pair of indices called the subscript, and the logically whatever the representation in the two-dimensional array with rows and columns. And in the two-dimensional array we are using rows means m and column means n, and also when you want to access these rows and columns we are using as a representation, we have to access, that is I and j. That is I means rows and j means column, that is a of I, j. Okay, I here row, j means column. A is the array name. Next, when you are going for I and j, we are using the concept in the matrix, that is m into n. So number of rows and number of columns. Now we will go how to represent this two-dimensional array. Exactly how we are representing this two-dimensional array in row also and in the column also. Okay, it is very easy. Now, so representation of two-dimensional array. So it is a representation of two-dimensional array. When you go for representation, if I take, that is as I told you, A, that is your array name. Okay, array name of the array. Then compulsorily you have to take the order, that is m into n. As I told you, m is the row, n is the column. Okay, order of the elements. Okay, order of the elements to be contiguous. It stores here also m into n means number of rows and number of columns. The elements should be in the contiguous memory locations. The elements in, so means one by one elements it will store in the row and also in the column. Contiguous memory location. Okay, that is m into n. When you go for this representation, there are two methods you have to represent. There are two methods are there when you are representing. That is, one is row major. One is with the row major order, and second one with the column major order. Row major order, column major order means with row wise representation and with the column wise representation. So we will discuss row wise and also the column wise. First we will go for the row wise, row major order. Row major order. So when you go for the row major order, okay, here same as you need A, you need the array name and also the matrix, that is m into n matrix you need for both row major and column major. It is common for all. Okay, here all the elements, so all the first elements, row elements, all the first row elements are stored in the sequential memory locations. So first what will happen, all the first row elements will be stored in your memory location, sequential memory location are stored in memory location, and then second row, okay, like you have to, how many rows you are giving, like number of rows, the elements will be what? Stored in your memory locations. Okay, so when you go for this memory location, that is we call it as a base of A, that is address of the first element. We call it as base of A, that is address. We call it as the address. Okay, so as I told you, in an array you have also addresses, elements, and with the particular position of the element. Okay, so here base of A is the address of first element. We are taking as base of A. Okay, so when the memory of the address of each element A of j is obtained, okay, when you go for each element of A of j, the memory address which is present in your array, okay, that is, as I told you, A is an array with m and n. Memory address of any element, okay, of any element, that is A of I j, okay, A of I j can be obtained by the formula. There is a simple formula for this your row measure, that is very easy. So and I will write it here on the top, that is location. First you have to take, this is the your formula for this row measure, location of A of I and j as the location you have to take is equal to, first you have to go for the base, that is you have to go for the base, that is, as I told you, base of A is the address of the first element, base of A, and plus as W. Here W means your words per memory, okay, how many words per memory it will store, that is W. Then n minus, that is n is the number of elements, minus I minus LB, n, that is n is here row, okay, as I told you, n is here row. Okay, so here when you take for n I minus LB plus j minus LB plus j minus LB, this is the formula for your row measure order. Okay, as W is the memory for one word per memory as you are storing in the contiguous location of the memory. Okay, so this is the formula for row measure order. So if I take an example, how exactly this row measure order will be represented. When you take an example, very simple example, as I told you, m into n matrix. Okay, so example, consider here your array order, consider the array order 3 into 3, as 3 into 3 means, as I told you, m into n, that is 3 rows 3 columns. So if I take 3 rows and 3 columns, 3 rows and 3 columns, this is 2 1 4 5 0 3 6 8 9. Okay, these are the number of elements present in your 3 by 3 matrix. So this will be A of 0. Okay, then this will be A of 1 and this will be A of 2. Here it is A of 0, here also A of 1, here also A of 2. That is, these are the rows, these are the columns. So this is the order of 3 by 3 matrix. When you go for now, we are representing only the row measure order. So you are going for this row measure order. When you go for the row measure order, see here, So first row, that is the element present is 2. The element is present is 2. Next, the element is present is 1. Next element is present is 4. So as I told you, this is with the first row element, second row element and third row element, it will store in the contiguous memory location. So and also we are having the memory addresses. We are having the memory addresses. So now the representation of this location is 2. 2 is where here it will represent as A of 0, 0. A of 0, 0. Next, this will represent A of 0, 1. A of 0, 1. Then this will represent A of 0, 2. A of 0, 2. Now this is the first row elements. So as you are going for first row, second row and third row, only 3 rows are there. First row elements. Next I will go for the second. So this is the second row. The elements present are 5, 0, 3. So having the address, you can have any address, that is just we are taking an example. Then now it will store A of 1, 1, 0, A of 1, 1, then A of 1, 2. That is 5 is present in the row A of 1 and 0. A of 1, 1, 0 will present. A of 1, 2, that is 3 will present. This is your second row. Second row elements. Then you will go for the last one, that is 6, 6, 8 and 9. That is you are having the memory address. Then it will store as a location, that is A of 2 here. A of 2, 0. A of 2, 1. The element present in the 2, 8. Okay, that is 2, 1. Then A of 2, 2. This is the third row elements. So like this, if you have number of elements present in your array, here we are given the order is only 3 by 3. So if it is more, then the elements will be increased with the order. Okay, so this is how we have to represent. This is up to this, it is the first row. Then here up to this, it will be the second row. Then third row. So first row, second row, third row. So like this, you have to represent the elements present in your row order measure. Okay, then same if you take for the column order. So here also when you go for second one, this is a row measure. Next you will go for the column measure. So you have to remember the formula. Okay, and also the base, then memory, that is W word. Then we will go for column measure order. Column measure order, that is a, as I told you, that is the second one. So here also you need as A also you need the array. Okay, then again I told you, as you need the order of matrix, that is M into N, your order. Okay, so as which is storing contiguous location, M rows and N columns. Okay, then here now all the first elements you are storing as a column. Now we are taking the column, all the first column elements. There you took row, now you have to take the columns because you are representing the column elements with the you are stored in the sequential memory locations, are stored in sequential memory location. Then after first column, how you stored the first row, again next it will come for the second column for all your memory location. Like this how many columns you are having in your m into n order. This is order of matrix we call, that is m rows n columns. Okay, now again when you want to go for accessing, as I told you, when you go for the memory address, if you want to access, that is a of I j, same here also same, a of I and j can be obtained with the formula. Here also when you go for accessing the elements of a of I j, okay, when you go for this formula, again you need base a of a, base of a also it is needed, that is your address of the first element, address of the first element, your address of the first element, then it will be accessing the elements, that is a of I j. So I means, as I told you, row, j means column. Now the what is the formula is, this is a formula for column major order. As I told you in the row major order, here it is a formula, location of your a of I j, I and j. Here I represents row, j represents column. That is again base of a, that is the address of the first element, plus w as the word count of the memory. Then we have, now it will be little bit change, that is I minus lb, okay, I minus, that is I row with the lower bound, plus m into j minus lb, m for j minus lb, then close the bracket. This is what the formula for finding the column major order. So here, as I told you, word, that is w is words per memory, w is words per memory. So you have to remember both the formula of row major and also the column major. If I take again the same example with the order of the matrix, again you have to take, so m rows n columns, m rows n columns. If I take an example, now consider the order. So we will take only 3 by 3, that is 3 rows and 3 columns. Now we are going for now here column. We are going for the column. Okay, same it will be stored a of 0, a of 1, then a of 2 here, then it will be a of 0, a of 1, a of 2. Now we are going for the column, so you have to go for the column major order. Now I will write it the column wise elements. The first column means this one, that is first column element present is 0, 2, then 3. This is, we are taking again your memory address. Now here it will be stored as 0, 2, 3. The first element will be a of 0, 0. A of 0, 0. Next element a of 1, 0. Then the next element 3, that is a of 2, 0. So this is the first column elements. First column elements. Then the second column, that is 1, the element is present is 1, 4, then 8. The memory, it is continuously, as we are taking as an example, it may be any address from the memory. Then, so this from this first element is over, that is first column elements are over. Then second column, that is a of 0 and 1 is present here, 1. Then a of 1, 1, then A of 2, 1. Okay, this is the what? Second column elements. Second column elements which are present in the matrix. Then the last one, 3, 6. Then we have last one is 7. That is, we have the again memory address for each element. Then here, this is the second, your second column is over. Then the third column, A of 0. Then here 2. Then A of 0, that is 1 and 2. Then A of 2, 2. This is the third column elements. Third column elements present in this order of matrix. So like this, you have to represent the column measure order with the first row, second row and third row. Okay, the elements will be presented. Already this is an example we are given. So this is also, we call it as a matrix with the 3 by 3, that is m row, 3 rows, 3 columns. So m is here, m into n. So m represents rows and n represents columns. So m into n, 3 rows, 3 columns. So total we should have 9 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 by 3 matrix with the 9 elements. Okay. So today we discussed the basic of two-dimensional array, how to represent the two-dimensional array in the row measure order and also the column measure order. Okay. In the coming videos, we will see again the different topic, that is, we will go for the stacks and queues. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.